from, if I'm not mistaken, the Carolinas, somewhere down south. But let's see, it will be a solo one today. Also, too, if you didn't see live last night, my phone is officially, bit the dust. So we definitely gotta get a new one now. But if anyone needs to message me, shoot me a message on Facebook. I didn't hook up the Instagram yet to this tablet, but I will soon. I just gotta remember the password. Yeah, Facebook's hooked up. Shoot me a message. I'll get messages on this tablet. Also, too, I should be able to download WhatsApp. So I'll download WhatsApp so this way we can still do the team chat. If anyone in the team is wondering what's going on today, it's open gym. It's a little last second, but open gym, 9 a.m. Joneses will be coming over. What's up, Drew? How's this visual? How's the camera on today's video compared to last night? At least on my tablet, it looks way better. So I don't know if it translates to the to your screen. What's up, Brian? Says everything looks good. And Drew says, let's see. Man, you don't wait for us to get in here before you start telling us your plans. Well, yeah, and I just get excited. I figured I'd say it early in the beginning in case everyone, watches after the live, they could check it out. But I'll tell you again if you missed anything. And he says, still mirrored. Yeah, this one might be mirrored for a little bit. I still don't know. Josh figured out the mirror thing, but I still can't figure it out. But if you're wondering what we're drinking, it's a sour pink lemonade ghost. It's pretty good. Josh asks if he's grounded. Feels like he's being grounded. I definitely can understand. There is no. I don't have a join option for the tablet. I can't even send a link. I don't even have an option to do a joined video. If I would, I'd send it to you. But Drew says, where did Josh go? I may have or may not have said it in the beginning of the video. I'm not sure. But Josh says, none of your business, Drew. LO. Oh, Brian says it hasn't been 86,000 seconds yet. Very true. And if you're wondering how many seconds that is, that's one day's worth. Josh says, why is the camera so clear? Yesterday I put the live sideways, and it told me it only does it vertical. So it was weird. It was still, still being live, but it was, telling me to switch, but it still worked. This one I set on vertical, and maybe that's all it is. Maybe it has to be in vertical. But that was strange. Maybe I'll try again on a different video if the vertical matters. Josh says you're clear as shit, bro. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's what I said. My screen, it looks pretty clear. So that's why I was asking Drew before if it looked clear on his screen. It must be pretty clear, so that's good. Got the good old camera. I cleaned the screen where the camera is right there. That's good. We got the good setup now. Now we just got to figure out how to get this tablet to have someone join. But we'll figure it out. We got a good team. We'll figure it out. But let's see. What time is it? So we got about 55 minutes before the Joneses swing over for some gains. If anyone else is in the area and they want to get some gains, you are welcome. Just keep in mind it's going to be a heavy lift, so it's gonna be an intense day. So keep that in mind. Nope. Drew says to Josh, "What do you know about camera quality?" That's a very interesting question. He might know a little something, but he'll tell you. Rude Ran. I don't know what you mean by that. It says name a car for an edit. I'm not sure what you mean. You just want me to name a car? We'll go old school. We'll go give. If you're gonna make a video on a Pinto, the old Pintos. Mr. Steps says he hit his 85,000 subs yesterday. That's awesome. Congratulations. And Josh says he knows a little bit about cameras. Very true. S, what's up, man? Carolyn, what's up, Carolyn? She says, "Hi, Nick. Thanks for telling us about your trip last night at Badgers." Yeah, it was definitely fun. My original plan was to get a whole bunch of live out there. I had the backpacks all packed of all the technology stuff and extra chargers. I had one battery pack. I even had it's like a car jumper. When you got that little power pack. But that also has I found it also has a phone charger plug on it. So I had two power packs. But I must have the phone finally it passed away in its sleep, nice and peaceful. And we know that I definitely pushed some limits on that phone. The phone exploded, set on fire, it melted, but it still gave everything it's got just to get the videos out there. So maybe we'll do a little funny funeral send off. Like what they do with what the Vikings did. We'll make a little wooden boat. We'll put it out in the lake, and we'll set the boat on fire, like so it'll be a good funny video. But we'll see when we get there. Carolyn says, "I remembered, great puller at Natty Bros." Yeah, it definitely was a good puller. Very strong. I always say his name wrong. I think I said it right though. But yeah, we pulled quite a bit. And let's not forget, he showed up late. Showed up like 3 hours late. That's all right. Just teasing. Oh, Drew's got a question for what was the guy? I forgot his name. Mr. Steps. What's his content for that many subscribers? I wonder. Maybe he'll let us know. If I had to guess, he's probably doing something with taking steps. You know what I mean? Counting steps, tracking steps. But he'll let us know. Kayla says, "Were there any super heavyweights to pull with?" So the second heaviest guy, if I'm not mistaken, I think was there were a couple newer guys that were bigger, maybe 300 plus, but they were new, like a year or two in. So they were super strong. Just was probably the second biggest pro, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was a good practice. I think Hurst was probably the second biggest pro, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the third biggest pro. Okay, this is RIP phone. Yep. Galen says, "Nick, hello. Your phone was the chariot of gains for the rest of the world getting your word out." Absolutely. Definitely was. But that's all right. We'll get a bigger chariot. We'll get a better one. We'll get some, the ones with the spikes on the wheels. You know what I'm talking about? We'll get one of the good ones. But Dead phone's not going to stop us because we got the good old tablet. Definitely much better quality. How's the audio, guys? The audio is pretty good. It seems like it. So let's see. Kaylin says, "Nice, Nick. Did any of the guys want to come to your practice on Tuesday, or did you make any plans for other practices?" Um, yeah, a couple guys offered. Wanted to come out, check it out. I definitely, told them they're more than welcome. It's just, the same problem. I shouldn't say problem. Same speed bump as everyone else. People got 5-6 hour drives. Um, there's a couple people that are like 2.5, which is that's definitely doable for a day. But once you start getting around 5 or 6, that gets a little more challenging to do in one day. But there's a couple guys were talking about making the trip and getting hotels, so they're not messing around. They want those gains. Oh, it looks like I said the audio is great. Thank you very much, me. All right. So let's see. I don't know if I could ban people on this tablet. Yeah, some reason I can't ban people. Can't even time them out. Well, somebody got him. Somebody got him. That's good. We got some ruthless moderators in the chat. Carolyn says, "Thank God for the tablet. It's great all the way around, just different colors to your phone. Great quality." Absolutely. Absolutely. Tablet saves the day. That's for sure. Kevin says, "Sounds good. Massive gains made of Badgers." Definitely true. Massive gains. Um, I've watched I remember I watched a Sumer documentary when I was a kid, and one thing always stuck with me is the way they trained. They would train, they'd go out and they'd eat a whole bunch, and then just repeat the process all day. They just had these big pots of rice, and they'd all just eat a whole bunch of stuff. That's what I felt like yesterday. The only difference is instead of rice, I was eating barbecue, which I think that's much better. It was very impressive. Lots of brisket, um, ribs, and everything. It was a good day. Let's see. Let's see. Stone TV says, "Are you on the tablet?" Oh, well, sorry, didn't pop out of my chat. No problem, Stone TV. We appreciate you. We're glad you're here. Apex says, "Hi, bro. What's up, man?" And Apex says, "Can you ban me?" I can't, right? For some reason, I can't ban you, but I tell you what, Apex, the moderators can. And they just might. It might be one of those days when they need to blow off a little steam. Absolute, Karen. More bot gains. LOL. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Mike says, "Hi, what's up, Mike?" Karen says, she's got to get ready for work. Have a great day, y'all. She says, "Let's like and share." Thank you very much, Kaylin. Have a good day at work. Make sure you get the gains in later. We know you will, but just a friendly reminder. It's good. It's going to be good. see. So Mike says, "What's up? What are you doing for today?" So that's a good question. So first off, we're doing the old pre-lift live. Once this video is up, I'm gonna be in the gym. The Joneses are coming over with some gains. This video is going to be the membership only video. It's going to be some heavy training. So if you guys want to see how I train, you're going to become a member to STONEtv. Whole bunch of stuff over there, a whole bunch of great stuff. There's a full pay-per-view, 9 incredible matches. There's months of my heavy training, my medium training, as well as my arm wrestling training. So if you want to see how I train, that's the only place to see. The only workouts I post not on the memberships are my recovery workouts, which, you know, are the intensity is, still focused, but it's a recovery workout, so I have time to, answer questions between sets and stuff like that. So Apex says, "Bro, do you know any exercises which can make my shoulder heal a bit?" So that's a tricky question. It depends on where the injury is. Do you know where the injury is? The shoulder is a pretty complex, thing in the body. There's lots of muscles. There's lots of things working together. So if you know where the injury is, I would probably say that would be the first step to figure out where. Mike says, "What are you eating for dinner?" I'm not even sure yet. We'll worry about that when we get there, but it might be some beef. It might be some rice. What's up, Lucky? I heard you did pretty good. I didn't get a chance to watch yet, but I heard you did pretty good. So congratulations. Drew asked the Mike, "What are you doing today?" I wonder what Mike's doing today. I'll tell you what he's doing right now. He's watching the old pre-lift live. Oh, look at this, Josh. Did you make it back yet? Josh says, "All in one night." Oh, well. Let's see. Brian says, "Everybody's shoulder is messed up, huh?" Damn. Let's make this shoulder awareness month. I thought it was shoulder awareness month. Or is that next month? I saw something on the the Google Calendar. They put those special holidays in there. You can't take them out no matter what. I thought that was one of those. Let's see. Mike says, "All right," with a whole bunch of T's. So that's good to know. Drew's got to work on his shoulders still. Yeah, shoulders always need some attention. One of the most flexible joints in the body. So let's see. Apex says, "Yeah, that's hard. It clicks and sounds when I rotate it. The very upper part of the shoulder curve. The very upper part of the shoulder curve." I'm not really sure what you mean. I mean, clicking could be a whole bunch of things. It could be an air pocket. But to me, it sounds maybe you're rolling a tendon. Maybe that bicep tendon, the upper bicep tendon in the shoulder is rolling. I mean, it could be a whole bunch of things. But I would say if it's really bothering you, go get it checked out. Get an X-ray, MRI if it's really bothering you. And if the doctor says that you need surgery, ask them about if physical therapy would work, because a lot of times doctors will go right to surgery and they'll skip physical therapy. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Lucky says, "I was going to ask if Ray was your night." It must be talk about the the old field trip. Josh and Ray took a field trip to a tournament. I think they're each other's uh, knights in shining armor, if I'm not mistaken. Everyone needs one. Everyone needs at least one. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Mike says right now, I'm watching you and playing with the dog. I'm about to play my guitar. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I wonder what song he's gonna play. Maybe Freebird. Maybe maybe a different one. Lucky says, hit that like button, everyone. Thank you very much, Lucky. Definitely true. Hit that thumbs up button. And if you're feeling crazy, hit that thumbs up button, unhit it, and then hit it a second time if you're feeling absolutely crazy. Let's see. Josh says, I have big fingers, hit multiple keys a lot of the times. Oh, well, that's it's definitely a problem, but I say it's a good problem to have, especially if you're an arm wrestler, you know, but that's the way it goes. See, Sal says, love the Bass Pro Shop hoodie. Oh, thank you very much. A lot of people like this hoodie, but also a lot of people hate it for some reason. So it's very divisive, love hate, but I'm glad you like it. Monkey says, you would think as a camera person you know how to hit buttons with a little laughing face. That's funny. Drew says, wrong. That's Sab or a a pass shirt. Very true. Very true. Uh-oh, we got people going at it in the chat. A little friendly fun. Let's see. Apex says, all right, thanks a lot for your advice, dude. Yeah, man. Hopefully it helps. I know I didn't really say much, but I'm not really. I said the best thing if it's bothering you, just go get it checked out. Maybe you'll have a better answer from there. Let's see. Mike says I'm probably gonna play Seven Nations Army. All right. I remember that song. Wasn't that the one with the music video where the dude is on the drums with the guitar and then like every beat they're like, you know, like a stop motion picture kind of thing, or am I mixing that up? Just I keep chatting in the wrong chat. Hey, no worries, man. No worries. It's good fun. Let's see. Kalen says, Nick, I think we need to poach Yanel from Granite Arms for Team Stone. Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. He is very, very tricky to catch. I set up one of those, those Looney Tune traps with the, you put the thing over there in the box and the string, but the box was not big enough. So we're gonna try again. But don't worry, Carolyn, we'll get him. We'll get him. Let's see. Apex is calling out. Much love to you, bro. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Let's see. Mike says mixing it up, kinda. Do you know Wonderwall? Sounds familiar. I bet I've heard it. It's like a softer song or something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard it. It sounds familiar. So Aslan says, "Hey, what's up, big guy? Where's the cameraman?" So he's in the chat. He's in the chat with us. But unfortunately, my phone broke, so I'm using the tablet right now with a tablet. I don't have some reason. There's got to be a way, but I can't find a way to send a link. So either until I find it, well, we still can go live on the yard on the stream yard. We have a couple hours left, so we'll definitely use those up. I think I'm gonna get a phone. Maybe after this workout, I'll run down. If not, I'll run down tomorrow morning. But it's only been been a day or something. But it's kind of nice not having a phone. You kind of really it's a lot easier to focus on some things sometimes. You know what I mean? if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys have ever took phone breaks or whatever they call them, technology breaks, but it was definitely interesting. I caught myself, even though I didn't bring it with me, you know, it didn't work, so I just left it home. Um, I caught myself like throughout the day going to, you know, reach for the phone just out of habit. You know, it was funny. But Lip, if you got any questions for Josh, he's in the chat, so feel free to ask. Let's see. Drew says the ACM trap. Definitely true. Definitely true. Oh, there's Josh. He says, I'm in the chat. LOL. Definitely true. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, appreciate that. I was just about to say, someone could check out that guy, you know, make sure if he's all right. Let's see. Mike says, yes, you're correct. Made by Oasis. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've definitely heard that. Sounds familiar. I'll definitely I'll look into that. It's definitely it's on the list of things to go over. You know what I mean? But I appreciate that, Drew. So let's see. Josh says, can I at least generate a link? You talk about this tablet. At least on the YouTube. If you're talking to me about on this YouTube, it's not even on the. It's not even an option. When I go on the phone, there's a big old button right in the beginning. It says join, gives you a link. Um, this just has all the buttons, but except for that one button. Um, maybe there's a way I could do it in the studio. Go through studio and make a link. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm about to mess around with it. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Lip says he got tired of the voice glitch and entered the chat. Like us. Well, yeah, those glitches were crazy. Sometimes like 10 times, 20 times a video. We'd have to, well, or Josh would have to exit out, come back in, because we'd lose audio or sound or something. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, so is there no option on the tab? Yeah, I don't have an option. There might be, I just don't see it. At least on my phone, there was a big old button that said join. This is not there, but I could go in the studio. But the studio is very interesting. There's so many. Well, you saw it the other day. I think it was our first time seeing it for both. Um, just a lot more features. Let's see. Before says, I am Turkish. Very nice. So you must know a little something about arm wrestling because you got some good Turkish arm wrestlers. So I got a question for you before. Who is your favorite arm wrestler and why are they your favorite arm wrestler? That's a good question. That's always a classic question. Let's see. Let me know if you guys got any questions, any certain things you want to talk about, or arm wrestling, powerlifting. Let's see. What time is it? It's about 8:30. So we probably got 20 or 30 more minutes before the Joneses come over. We'll be doing some lifting. That video is going to be on the members only video. So if you want to see how we train, you're going to have to become a member. Let's see. So let's see. What's up, hey? What's up, man? Thanks for joining. What do you got going on today? Hey. But if anyone's wondering what the Facebook is, or Instagram, Night Pop, put it right there. If you guys are looking for Team Stone t-shirts, Turtle Man 2 t-shirts, we still have some left, which I'm very surprised. We still have the Turtle Man shirts left. First year they sold out within a couple hours. Straps, Team Stone straps, handles, corncob handles, um, as well as if you're interested in coaching services, shoot me a message on Facebook, and we'll get you in the right track. Also, too, all those things I said, except for the Turtle Man shirts, that's the only one that the discount's not applied for, because the money from the t-shirts, 100% of the money was given to the Turtle Man charity. Everything else that I said, Team Stone shirts, Team Stone straps, the handles, the coaching, if you are a member, you will get a 5% discount on all of those. You can use them as many times as you want, as long as you're a member. Let's see. He says he's watching football. Very nice. It's been a long time since I really followed football. I don't even know who's playing today. Who's playing today? I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you. That's funny. When I was younger, um, I used to watch everything. I would know everything about it. I knew all the players. Football and baseball, I knew everything about it. But now I couldn't tell you a thing. Oh, like, what's going on. But it was fun. I have a hard time watching now. I feel like the game has changed a lot. Um, I feel like it's hard for the defense to play defense. They can't tackle and do. They tackle a certain way. They, you know, get a flag. There's too many flags. And one thing that really frustrated me when I watched it is when they changed the kickoff. They made it safer, or that's what they said. Well, that was one of my favorite things, is watching the kickoff teams just slamming into each other. But still a good game. But all that being said, who's playing today? So let's see. All right, looks like we got 13 people, 7 thumbs up. Let's see if we can make it 13-13, guys. That'd be awesome. A little thumbs up definitely helps. Let's see. I'm talking with Tim Bresnan right now. Sounds like he's going to hop on this coming week, sometime in the evening. So keep your eyes and ears open. It looks like we're going to be able to get Tim on, Tim Bresnan. If you don't know who Tim Bresnan is, you must be new to the sport. He's a legend of the sport. He's on matches with some of the best guys and beat them. Like, he's on a match with Voda, Prime Voda, and he beat Voda. He's been around for a long time. It just so happened that he's not in the state anymore, but we used to be training partners for 2 to 3 years. So Tim and I are pretty good friends. So he just decided to hop on. He says, "You know what? You're all right. You're not too bad." That's what he said. "You're all right. I'll deal with it for an hour and I'll hop on." But it's gonna be good. Yeah, Josh says, "Oh snap!" Yeah, so we're gonna have to save at least an hour or two for Tim on the StreamYard. If I'm not mistaken, I think we have like 3 or 4 hours left before the 25th. And if I'm not mistaken, the 25th is when it resets. You get all the hours back. If I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Sailor says we're getting ready to head over. Should be there by 9 a.m. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Josh says that's awesome. Hell yeah, it definitely is. I can't remember if I told you guys yet, but I'm also talking with the Beast. I know his name. I just can't say it the right way because it's a challenging one for a non-islander. But the Beast, I'm talking with him. We're good buddies, so he's gonna hop on sometime. It just be a little tricky with the schedules because I think we're complete opposite. He's a busy guy. He's doing like video game stuff. I think he's um, like when they put the green stuff on you, those little green screen, suits, and he does the video game stuff. I think he does that stuff. So that's pretty cool. Lucky says the sailor, train hard, my friend. She definitely will. Because if not, she's off the team. That's funny. Sailor says my car is currently warming up. It's chilly out here. It definitely is. It definitely is. I wonder what it is, like 20 or something, or is it? I can't tell. I can't tell. All right, looks like we got someone that gave a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Lucky says, hi, you have to deal with me if you kick her off. Well, that's easy enough because I'll kick you off too. I'm not afraid to use and abuse the power. That's funny. That's good, clean fun. Well, I guess I'm safe for a little bit, so we at least have some distance, so I'll be safe for a little bit. So that's good at least. Sailor says it's so hard to stay on the team. It is, and it's even harder to get back on. That's what they get you. Interest and all that stuff. It adds up. Uh-oh, Lucky says I'll find you in real life. Uh-oh. I'll be wearing this bright red hoodie with this big yellow circle on front. Look for the red guy. It might be arm wrestling. Well, that'll be good. Sounds like we're gonna have to have a best of 5 to settle the this to settle the beef. Speaking of beef, I probably ate 4 or 5 pounds of it yesterday. Pretty impressive, if I must say. Let's see. Sailor says, oh boy, you don't want any of that, Nick. Very true. I am just talking a big game because I am safe right now on the tablet. So I could say anything I want right now, and there won't be any consequences for at least half a day. So I'm gonna act tough until I see her, and then the story will change. Let's see. Sailor says, I got money on Lucky. That's it, Sailor. You're off the team. That's funny. That's funny. Let's see. Lucky says, Sailor, money well spent. We'll see. We'll see. I've been known to pay off the referees. I've been known to bribe the referees here and there. So we'll see. I might have to pull every trick out of every trick out of the bag. But it's gonna be a good match. That's funny. Sailor says no. I don't make the rule. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, Sailor. I mean, it's not easy for me. It's very emotionally challenging and draining. You think it's fun for me to kick people off the team, but it has its toll. But somebody's got to do it. That's funny. Josh says, "Oh man, with a couple dots, looks like 4 of them. Be careful, Josh. One more dot, and Nightbot will get you. Be careful." If you guys wondering what Nightbot is, it's a robot thing that shows no mercy with the chat. Too many dots, too many exclamation points. It will get you. But let's see. Let's see. What else can we talk about? Look, he says you literally make the rules with a couple laughing faces. That might be accurate, at least in some situations. But that being said, it's still not easy. Even though you don't see it, I shed a little tear every time I kick someone off the team. Spiritually. That's funny. That's funny. Josh says, I know the rules, remember? I follow the rules. Very true. Josh is very good at following the rules. Even if he could get that secret video, he could very well get that secret video if he wanted to, but he's a very respectful guy. Just have some fun along the way, to the point where people can't tell if you're serious or not. And they ask you, did you take any video? And we need a video. Did you happen to take any video? That's still one of my favorites. One of my favorite parts about the whole entire event. When Natty Bros came up to you, Josh, and asked you about if you had any video for the replay. I still think that's so funny. Good fun. That's good, clean fun. Let's see, Josh says LOL, and then he says, see, someone knows, LOL. Definitely true. That is funny. But the Natty Bros were there yesterday. Speaking of the Natty Bros, I can't remember if I pulled with them or not. I think I did a little bit. Yeah, I can't remember. There's so many people, so many faces. I know we definitely talked. Maybe I think we did pull at least once. So that was good. That was good. Let's see. Badger was doing good. Badger was having fun. I don't know if I think he did some pulling. I'm not sure. But Badger was out making some good jokes, making sure everyone was well fed and having a good time. Brian says Sailor can't bring her own weights to the car. Not a good sign. Well, what the hell is going on? What's going on with those super heavy gravity or something? So let's see. Josh said, did Badger mention this might be the last one? Or is that a rumor? So there wasn't anything mentioned. So it might just be a rumor, but it could be something that maybe Badger is kind of thinking about. I'm not sure. I didn't hear anything. The only thing I did hear is that Badger does usually two. Does one in the Christmas, one in the summer, and I think he's just going to focus on the Christmas party, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. I'm just going off of. I know Badger says he's going to take a break from the summertime one, um, solely on just the amount of time it takes to set up. Because that's where his business is. So he said it takes like half a week to clean up and move everything out, and then another half a week to put everything back. So I could definitely understand that. That's a lot of work. But I don't know. I don't think it sounds like it's gonna be. It sounds like there's gonna be more. Definitely be awesome if there's more. I hope there's more because it's a great time. It's a great place for people to train. Um, I've been there 3 times so far, and there's always a bunch of new guys, which is great. So I feel like a lot of people get their start there. That was probably my first big practice when I started. Because I went down my first 2 years. My first year I was down there, and the second year I was in the sport, I was down there. And maybe even 3, I can't remember. First 3 in a row, maybe definitely first 2 in a row. But yeah, I mean, it's a great place for a lot of people to get their start. They usually have super matches with people, so it's they always have super matches. Brian says she wants to carry it. Oh boy, she wants the little pre-warm up. And Sailor says, "Screw you, Brian." It's gonna be a very interesting car ride over. I wonder if Brian will have a black eye on the way over. That's funny. Sailor says, "I can't. I'll just damage all the doors on the way out." That's all right. The best thing about that is we know someone that's good at repairing doors and drywall. So you might be able to get a good discount on the repair job. Let's see. Like he says, because as a married lady, our strength is gym only. Strength. When we are around the husband, it's invalid and your responsibility. That's fun. That's how it works. That's always how it works. That's how it works. That's funny though. That is funny. Josh says, "Nice." He's talking about the Christmas party. Absolutely. So I think that might have been just a rumor, a scary rumor. She says, absolutely lucky. And then she says, "Can't take away his masculinity. Can't do that." Let's see. So this is facts, Nick. That someone still hasn't fixed your door for you yet. That's all right. That's all right. It's still hanging on. That door's still hanging on. All right. I appreciate that. Let's see. Looks like Lucky got. I didn't read that one, but I appreciate that, Lucky. Keeping the chat safe. I appreciate that. Also, too, I don't know if you guys think this would be interesting or a fun fact. I ate a lot of cheesecake yesterday. I ate like at least half a full cheesecake, at least. I was just about to leave. We were getting ready to leave, and I noticed that there was so much meats and stuff that people were so full that the desserts were barely touched. So I just started, grabbing pieces like little cookies, but they were pieces of cheesecake, and it was good. It was good. Definitely nice post workout recovery. Josh says he just needs to see a doctor. LOL. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but he probably does. Sales says Lucky throwing down a hammer. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lucky says, "Yay, my first one." Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad we got to witness the first one of many, most likely. Because if you guys know, our chats, they get a little weird with some of the new people that hop in. Oh, Josh, that's the guy lucky guy. Oh well. Yeah, wonder actually I don't know if I can look at it, but I'm not even worried about it. But I am glad Lucky saved the day. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Let's see. So it says we are officially on the road to you. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I don't know if it's just in my head or not, but for some reason this morning it felt colder in the garage than it did outside. I don't know if that must be just in my head. It's got to be a little warmer in there at least less windy. Like he says, I'm not the hero you want, but the hero you need. Very true. Very true. That's funny. You should put that on a shirt, Lucky. You should put that on a shirt. You know, put that on the front. I'm not the hero you need, but not the hero you want, but the hero you need. And then put the Lucky Ones podcast on the back. That could be a good one. Let's see. Josh put a little, looks like a little thinking face, I think. Must be thinking about the shirt idea. Lots of shirts ideas. Just got to find a t-shirt guy that makes t-shirts. Let's see. Like he says, she may do that, especially for the haters. The haters love to hate. That's what they're good for. Sale says that is a good one with a little purple heart. Definitely true. Definitely true. That is a good one. Let's see. Sale says I'll get you the t-shirt guys information today. Oh, very cool. Very cool. It's happening, guys. Let's see. Lucky says I use Brady Bell for my merch. She's the cheapest and a woman. Hashtag woman support women. Ah, very nice. Very nice. That's cool. That's cool. Where's she from? Is she from your area? Brandy Bell. If that rings a bell. I'm not familiar with her. If I'm not, maybe I am, but I don't think I am. Josh says I really want a custom STONEtv T-shirt. No joke. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's coming. It's coming. It's only a matter of time. Just gotta get some. I'm kind of worried about finding a T-shirt guy because the last 3 or 4 people I worked with, they went out of business. So maybe there's like a weird curse. You know, if I buy some shirts from you, you go out of business. But that's funny. Yeah, the person we use for the Team Stone shirts we have now, the ones that we still have currently, I think we have about 50, 40, 50 left. I got to go back and count. Um, they're out of business. The one we used for the second Turtle Man is out of business. The one we used for the first Turtle Man is out of business. So it's crazy, you know. It's tough out there for a t-shirt business. Lucky says no, Michigan. She's an arm wrestler. Ah, very cool, very cool. Even better that she's an arm wrestler. Lucky says she's an incredible lightweight puller. If you ever need someone, yeah, we might. Definitely might. I've been having a tricky time trying to match make a ladies match, so I'll definitely all the help I can get with the ladies matches. Let's see. Josh says we can call that a custom run. LOL. Very true. Very true. Lucky says she and Lydia would be so good. Okay, I know Lydia's definitely a great puller. They're about the same. I don't know. I'm not familiar. What's a lightweight for women's? Is it 115 or is it one? If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 115 or maybe 135. So it says if you use that guy and he goes out of business, it's definitely you. He's been around for 30 years. All right, so we'll put it to the test. Maybe we should warn this guy, ahead of time. See if he's superstitious or not. So, Sailor says, me and Lucky want a super match. Winner claims the color purple. Ah, the stakes are high. That'd be an interesting match. Lucky says 135. Okay, 135. Yeah, it could be. That'd be interesting. I'll have to see some videos of her, see how she pulls. Mike, what's up, man? He says he's back. Lucky says, I guess featherweight is the other way to say it. Got to watch out for those featherweights. Usually fast and usually got good technique. Let's see. Mike says, what's your favorite instrument? Well, I'm not very musical. I played a little bit of guitar, but I couldn't play it regular. I couldn't play guitar regular. I had to play it like a piano. Um, I couldn't play it like this. I put it on my lap and I played it like a piano kind of thing. I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't get my fingers to hit more than one string that way. So I only ever played one song. I mean, it was in high school. It's a real easy song. It was like My Girl or something like that. It's only a few notes, but I played a little bit. Probably can't play anymore, but maybe guitar. Let's see. Like he says, I'll send you her latest matches. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. Mike says, "Oh, guitar is easy if you get used to it." Yeah, if you get used to it, Um, yeah, never really. I like music. I just never really played it that much. Josh says, "So is plumbing." LOL. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Josh. Mike says, "Oh, camera guy is funny," so he knows what you mean. So I'm whatever that joke's going right over my head. Sailor knows what you mean. I don't, some reason that joke's going right over my head. It must be. Must need to drink more of this. Oh, I see what you're saying. Ah, I see what you're saying. You're literally talking about plumbing. That's why I overthought it. I was trying to think of that makes sense. That makes sense. Mike says LOL, yes. Definitely true, definitely true. Also, what's that flute thing that you play as a kid, the recorder? I played a mean recorder, or whatever that thing's called. Imagine how pissed off everyone's parents must be when all those kids come home with the most annoying sound on the planet. That's funny. Mike says yes, recorder. I'm good at it. Oh, very nice. Very nice. That is funny. That's cool. That's cool. What song can you play on the recorder? Can you play that song, that Guitar Hero song? That's the hard one, the Dragon Through the Fire or something like that. Through the Fire. Can you play that song on the recorder? That'd be funny. Josh says that a fancy word for flute. It is. It is a fancy word for flute. It's like a flute's distant cousin that the flute doesn't like to talk to. The flute family. Mike says hot cross buns. I never played that, but they tried to get me to play it. I just couldn't do it. Oh, I can't tell if that's somebody or someone. Looks like it's just someone parking on the street. I thought we had a surprise guest for the open gym, but looks like someone's just pulling over for a quick text message or something. That's a different type of flute, Josh. That's why you always got to do the smell test whenever you play a new flute. Always smell test it before you start playing, because you don't know how these people play. Oh, but it looks like Nightbot got Mike. So don't worry about that, Mike. It's just a robot that, um, you know, if it sees some things like too many capitals or too many things, it thinks it's spamming. So don't worry about that, Mike. It's just the robot is mixing up. But Josh says he's laughing. I'm pretty sure he's laughing at Nightbot. Nightbot shows no mercy. But don't worry about that, Mike. He did nothing wrong. Just Nightbot it's itching. It's itching, as you can see. I'm not even sure why Nightbot got them. Maybe just happened to be a couple comments in a row. Maybe that's the only thing I could think of. Yes, so this is very strange. Some reason I can't even. I can move the chat up and down, but I can't view deleted mess. Oh, never mind. I can. It's just, my fingers are very touchy today. That's very interesting. Oh, says they're 3 minutes away. All right, all right. Josh says he's safe now, so he put you on the safe. Mike says, dang, I defriended Nightbot. Yeah, Nightbot shows no mercy. Sailor says it right. Nightbot is harsh. Mike says, camera guy is my new friend. That's good. And if you don't know this, Mike, the camera guy's got a YouTube. That camera guy 98. Check him out. A whole bunch of good stuff over there. But Sailor and Brian just showed up, guys. So we're gonna get ready to hit the gym. Oops, she says right there, we have arrived. Oops, excuse me. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We're gonna be in the gym, but it's gonna be a members video. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.